Let's get the easy ones out of the way and work our way up to the worst offenders.
Number 10. Cats. This is more of a common misconception rather than an animal abusing a substance.
If you have a cat, you've likely tried giving them Nepetacateria, or better known as catnip. Now, this isn't really a drug like the others on the list. It's an herb closely related to mint.
It contains a compound called nepetalactone, which can have a mild and temporary stimulant effect on some cats. Some cats go absolutely crazy for it. Others just remind you that you cannot buy their love. Catnip has many different effects on cats. They will roll in it, become very hyper, or become very relaxed. Number 9. Dolphins. This is another common one that most people have probably heard of. Dolphins are the real menaces of the ocean and are despicable losers who love to get high.
They do this by first surrounding a pufferfish and proceeding to take turns lightly biting on it. The pod of dolphins will take it a step further by launching him out of the water and playing catch.
This triggers the pufferfish's defense mechanism, releasing a toxic poison called tetrodotoxin, one of the deadliest in the world.
One pufferfish has enough poison to kill 30 adult humans, or about 15 average-sized Americans.
Dolphins have learned exactly how much of the poison they can tolerate without dying, passing it around for 30 minutes.
Number 8. Birds. Now we're getting to the ones that most people have not heard of, but have seen firsthand.
Have you ever come across a dead bird that crashed into a window? This usually happens after the first frost, which causes fruits and berries to ferment, producing ethanol, a type of alcohol. Birds know this and will proceed to eat as much of the fermented fruit as they can to get completely hammered.
Just look at Yukon, Canada, where they have built a sanctuary for birds that have had too much of the booze. As soon as they sober up, they are released back into the wild, where they can continue boozing. Number 7. Honeybees. This one is similar to number 8, as most people won't know it, but have encountered it.
Have you ever come across a honeybee that's crawling on the floor and doesn't seem to want to fly?
When the temperatures rise, the nectar in plants can become fermented, and you guessed it, it becomes alcohol.
So when bees go to collect pollen and drink some of that sweet fermented nectar, they get completely drunk.
If by some miracle the bee manages to return to its hive, it will have to go through the guard bees.
If a drunk bee shows up to one of two things will happen, either a lifetime ban or a violent death.
Number 6. Fruit flies. Researchers at a San Francisco university have found that male fruit flies don't handle rejection very well. When male fruit flies are rejected by a potential partner, they actually seek out alcohol. Number 5. Vervet monkeys. These are not just alcoholics, but they are outright disgusting criminals. When these monkeys can't get their fix from fermented fruit, they turn to a life of crime, stealing alcohol from tourists. These monkeys are such a problem that the Caribbean island of Sint Maarten has recently passed a bill to exterminate. Number 4. The black lemur. Now we're moving on from pufferfish and alcohol and moving on to the hard stuff. Who would have thought that these cute animals from the island of Madagascar would turn out to be such despicable and heinous? The lemur is able to consume this when it finds a millipede and begins to lightly chew on it. They then begin to rub the saliva and toxins all over their body to protect themselves from mosquitoes which carry malaria.
Number 3. Reindeer. Remember that little red mushroom from the Mario games? As I'm sure you've heard, its real name is Amanita muscaria, and it's insanely toxic and brings on some very intense hallucinations.
This doesn't seem to matter to the reindeer of Siberia, Russia.
which actually go to great lengths to seek it out and consume it.
Once it's ingested and the effects kick in, they begin to act in a very strange way, running around aimlessly.
Someone had the brilliant idea of consuming the urine of the reindeer instead, since he believed it would sterilize the toxins. Number 2, jaguars. I guess even an apex predator needs a break from killing and ripping other animals apart. They do this by seeking out the yajvine, which is one of the major ingredients when creating ayahuasca, the strongest hallucination drug. Once the cat consumes it and the effects kick in, they begin to turn into a big, goofy, intoxicated kitten. Number 1, parrots. Now this one had to go last due to the severity of the situation. In northern India, these birds are so addicted to opium that the farmers have reported taking massive losses in revenue. Apparently, a single parrot will come down and take a bite of the opium milk 30 to 40 times a day. Since opium is a hard drug with very real consequences to health, the moment the parrots become addicted to it, they are as good as dead. And parrots falling from trees and electrical lines becomes a common occurrence. In the following year, once the farmers plant the next batch of opium, the vicious cycle starts all over again.